So we're kind of going to ignore the top shelf. It's just a lot of photos and like bottles from my graduation because I don't drink. The second shelf is my Harry Potter shelf because I of course need an entire shelf of my Harry Potter books. It's, let's see here. So, Harry Potter shelf, first of all, I have this little snatch that my mom made me. And then we have all the Harry Potter books in Swedish, which you might have seen if you're on Tumblr, seen the very pretty covers of them. This is the first one. This one is also very special to me because on the inside it says there, till Lovisa från mamma, juni 1999, which basically says it's to me from my mom in June of 99, which is before I started first grade. Then we have some in English. We have, let's see here, Prisoner of Azkaban, Pocket, and then we have hardcovers of Goblet of Fire, Order of Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and The Deathly Hallows. I don't know why there isn't a cover on this one. We must have lost it at some point. My entire family read the same book, so it probably just got put away when somebody started reading it and then it disappeared. Audiobooks, I have here is the first one, second one, and third one, and these are cassette tapes. That's how that looks. And then up there we have audiobooks on CD, Order of Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince. And then I also have 2 copies of Quidditch and one, I actually don't know the English titles, so I'm guessing you recognize it. And then Harry History by Melissa and Ellie. And now we're gonna go down to the bottom. Because why do things in order? That's just boring. This is my manga shelf, where I have all my manga. Mostly it's shooter stories, which I subscribed to during the period of time that it was out. We have the random numbers 3 and 6 of Gravitation. We have Grimm's manga, and then we have these ones which are put in the direction so you can't tell what they are. There are a vampire game, which I love. I have everybody except the first one on this one because I believe a friend had it. And I read the Friends, and then I got hooked and I bought the rest. We also have Demon Diaries, which I also have everybody except the first one for the exact same reason. And then I have Emma, which I once again have everybody except the first one. Now let's move upwards. This shelf is where I keep my stack of Twilight books because they're pretty. And the Host, which I love. So this is my Stephanie Meyer's pile, and in this pile there also end up being other stuff from time to time. And Clockwork Princess is there because I have been too lazy to put it where it's supposed to be, because that means I have to move stuff around and I don't like moving stuff around. Behind this pile I also keep some books. The Declaration by Gemma Malley. The Swedish title is Oönskat, which technically means unwanted, so I don't know what they were thinking with that translation, but it was a decent book. It, different, and yeah, in the big whole I didn't like it a whole lot, but you know, it was very pretty. I mean, look at this cover. This cover is a really pretty cover. Then we also have these two behind there. I haven't read either of these. I bought them because it was a sale and kind of like you got 2 for 1, and it was Looking for Alaska, and I should read it but I haven't. There's also My Sister's Keeper, which I bought at the airport years ago, and I like the ending in the book a lot better than I like the ending in the movie. And over here we have my comic books, which are still, with the exception of these, Avatar. Still in the bags of Midtown Comics bags that I got them in because I haven't figured out how to put them up in a good way. I bought every issue of Avengers vs. X-Men that was out at the time, and then I kind of didn't keep up because it's hard to keep up when you live in a country which barely has any comic book stores. And then I bought issue 1 of Young Avengers because I felt like I needed to have at least 1 issue of those, and I needed to have 1 issue of Batgirl. I bought the last one because it has a lot of pretty pictures. We have my folders with important stuff. We have Ticket to Ride because I love that game, and we have my laptop cover, which is lying here because I barely ever take my laptop with me anymore, so it's stashed there. And then we have this, which is freaking awesome collector's edition of Tales of Beetle the Bard. And the inside looks like this. And in here are bigger scans of all the illustrations. And in this pretty bag, which has J.K. Rowling's signature embroidered on it, is the actual book. I still haven't read all of these. I don't know, I just can't make myself do it. It's kind of like I still have something I haven't read yet. The actual book looks like this. It's also thicker. The other has this nice little lock on it, and these pretty insides. And then we have my middle shelf, which is kind of the height limited shelf. Only the small books get to be here. Vampire Academy books by Rachel Mead. My mom just interrupted me because of potatoes. Yes. I like these books. I haven't read all of them. I don't know what happened. I don't know where I stopped, so I can't continue. But I have 4 books in my bookshelf. Then we have Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. And this book, I mean, look at it. It's so pretty. I want to do like a proper review of some sort, like text post on Tumblr or video or something, because I have a lot of opinions about this book, but they're not all positive, so I have kept pushing on doing anything about it because I'm a little bit afraid of the leaks. Then we have Beautiful Creatures and Beautiful Darkness. I've only read the first one, which, as you know, I kind of forced myself to read quickly because, not forced myself to read it quickly, but I, drove myself to read it before I watched the movie. Still haven't seen the movie because it was hard getting around to actually watching it to get people along, and now it's not showing in theaters anymore, so we'll see. And I got Beautiful Darkness as well, but I haven't started reading it. Then we have all 10 books in the series 3. This is how the first one looks. It's by Kjetil Johnsen. It's a Norwegian series, and I'm not sure if it's out in English. It's interesting. It's kind of murder mystery, and I don't really usually read these kind of things, but it was good. I got all 10 of them, so. Then we have all 10 books in 39 Clues. I think there is a second series that continues after it, but I haven't looked into it. I looked at these books for such a long time in the bookstore. I just saw them and they looked nice. And then I finally caved when I noticed the first book is written by Rick Riordan, and that's just kind of like, of course I'm gonna read it. The Demigod Diaries, because I am a fan of Rick Riordan, like mentioned. On this shelf we also have my PSP, which I bought solely to be able to play this game, which I think I've played like 4 or 5 times. I love it. I also have this one. These are like the only video games I own. And then we have the sort of main shelf, where I have City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. It's the only book I have in the Mortal Instruments series because I borrowed the rest from a friend. And then we have Clockwork Prince. I'm a bit confused on what my position is with the Clockwork Angel, if I actually own it or not. This is where Clockwork Princess is going to be once I get over not wanting to move stuff around. We have The Short Second Life of Britannia, which I guess technically should be down here with the other Stephanie Meyer stuff, but it's pretty, so it got to stand up there. And then we have Percy Jackson. It's the first book and it's in Swedish, and I didn't get the rest of them. Then we have Last Hero, Son of Neptune, and Mark of Athena in the Heroes of Olympus series. These are all by Rick Riordan, in case somebody didn't know. Gone, Hunger, Lies, and Plague in the Gone series, I think it's called, by Michael Grant. The first 2 are in Swedish, and I mean, look at them. The covers are really pretty. Then we have Lice and Plague in English. Here also, I don't know what happened with the cover. It just kind of disappeared. I think, I'm not actually sure if I finished this one or if I like left it with like 10 or 20 pages left. I haven't started playing it. Cirkeln, which literally translates to circle. And we have Eld, which translates to fire. It's a Swedish series. It's really good. I really like it. Then we have Matched and Crossed, and the reason I don't have the last one is because I buy them at Pocket Shop, because that's pretty much the only place I can have managed to find them so far. And there is no Pocket Shop in my city, so I only managed to buy them when I go to Stockholm, and so far I haven't found it there. The Selection, which I mentioned before, and I really, really love. And then we have Cinder, which I also really, really love, is by Marissa Mayer. And I've looked at this book so much in the store, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to buy it or not. But it was only in Swedish, and then my dad went to Manchester, and he called me from a bookstore and was like, "Hey, do you want something?" And I said, "Yes, look if you can find this one." I then found out that the second book was already out. Then me and my dad went to London the week after that, and I was supposed to buy the second book, but I failed, and I didn't. So now I just need to remember to order it online. So that was the tour of my bookshelf. Hope you found it semi-interesting. I have a lot of more books, but they're not in this shelf, and I'm not gonna go through looking for all my books because that would take some time.